Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 78 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. In today's video guys, I'm going to teach on to the bug curse crocodile. I did get rid of the curse from him, at least when he's around me. However, his whole family's still getting affected by this. I just told his family, because apparently they were around there listening and waiting. It says, hey, if any of you can hear me, I promise I don't mean you any harm. Just please, if you do get turned into bugs, don't try to intentionally scare me. I'm not going to throw anything at you or hurt you. There's a brief, tense silence after your words, but soon enough you see movement from the trees nearby. A figure steps into view. Another crocodile, slightly smaller than the one you've been speaking to. Its eyes are cautious, but there's a certain curiosity there. It looks towards you. It stands relaxed, but still careful. The crocodile, the one who's been speaking to you quietly as he notices the new arrival. That's one of my siblings. I told them what you said. They're just trying to decide how to approach you. But don't worry, they're not going to try to scare you. The crocodile shifts slightly, and slowly steps forward a little more, though keeping a respectful distance. It nods at me in acknowledgement, showing that it heard your words. It seems like one of them is slowly coming forward. Did you try speaking to this when you're going up, or would you prefer to wait and see how they continue to react? Hello. Please don't be afraid of me. I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. The new coroner's expression softened a little at your words, and it tilts its head slightly, trying to assess your sincerity. It slowly takes a few more steps forward, but still maintains a respectful distance. Coroner, the one speaking with you on a common range, see, they're just a little unsure, but they're listening to you. The coroner looks over at you once more, then slowly lowers its body a bit as if showing some level of trust. It doesn't transform into a bug, but instead just watches you for a moment. Its body language still a bit tense, but far less aggressive than before. Would you like to continue reassuring the coroner or take any other steps? That's it. Please don't be afraid. I have nothing to even hurt you or throw at you. Even if I did, I would not do that to you. The coroner hesitates for a moment longer, then seeming reassured by your calm words and the gentle tone of your voice, its body relaxes further. The tension in its stance melts away, and it takes another cautious step forward, then sits down, its eyes still on me, but no longer filled with uncertainty. The air chronon, the one who's been guiding the group, watches this silently, quite a sense of pride in his gaze. Seems like the first step has been taken. The new chronon is starting to feel a bit more at ease with you. Did I say anything more to this chronon? Or do you feel comfortable letting them adjust at their own pace for now? You're adorable, my friend. Are you doing okay right now? I hope everything's going well for you and your family. The girl seems to soften even more at your words, a small, shy smile crossing its face. It's it shifts slightly, sitting down comfortably, and looks at you with a more relaxed expression. There's a quiet sense of relief in its eyes, as though your kindness has truly made an impact. Thank you. I'm, I'm doing okay now. I'm glad we're able to talk like this. And my family, well, we're taking things slow, but I think we'll get there. Your words mean a lot to us. It glances toward the other colonel, who nods back in approval, a silent acknowledgement of your kindness. It seems like the bond is slowly growing between you and this crocodile. Would you like to stay in the area to continue building trust, or would you prefer to leave it for now and give them some time to process everything? It seems like you didn't get forcibly turned into a bug. That's a good thing for both of us. I'm not afraid of you in your normal form because I think you're adorable. Plus, your species and your entire evolution family is my favorite. There we go. The Chrono's eyes brighten at your words, and it gives a smile, almost bashful smile. Its tail swishing gently behind it. Seems pleased by your reassurance and the warmth in your voice. You really think I'm adorable? That means a lot. Thank you. I'm glad you're not afraid of me. I was worried at first that you might still be scared. Hearing that makes me feel better. It shifts a bit closer, still careful, but no longer is hesitant, clearly feeling more comfortable around you. I'll make sure to let the others know how kind you've been, how much you care for our species. I think it's going to help. A lot. It seems like you've made a strong connection with this crocodile. Would you like to continue chatting? Prefer to give him more time to let everyone adjust. I wonder if me helping your brother over here got rid of your curse completely. Because you didn't turn into a bug form, which is interesting. The colonel looks thoughtful for a moment, his expression reflecting a mix of curiosity and cautious optimism. It glances over at its brother, who has been staying nearby, and then turns back to you. I've been thinking about that too. And your kindness and your patience. It helped. I haven't felt the urge to change into a bug, and that's different. Maybe it's the way you're treating me, showing trust and care even when I wasn't in my normal form. It could be breaking the curse. I'll pause for a moment as if we're continuing the strange possibility. If the curse is starting to lift, maybe it's because of how you are treating us. And wait, how you shown us that not all humans are out to hurt us. Made us the first step in breaking it completely. I don't know for sure, but I'm starting to feel more hopeful about it. Would you like to do anything specific to continue exploring the possibility of breaking the curse? Or wait for more signs of progress in the family? Well, it was great to meet you. If your family is as nice as you and your brother have been towards me, then nothing should go wrong. Crying is a small, grateful nod, expressing warm and sincere. It was really nice meeting you, too. I'm glad we could talk and that you're so understanding. I truly believe that with you around, everything's going to be okay. He glances over at his brother, who gives a small approving nod in return, and then looks back at you with a more relaxed and trusting expression. My family can be a bit weary, but to see how kind you are, I'm sure they'll come around. I think we're on the right path. Seems like both Chronos are feeling much more at ease now, and with your gentle approach, they're confident that things will improve. But to stay a little longer, or do you feel that you've made a good progress and would like to give them more time? We still don't know if the curse is completely gone. So if any of your other family is around, especially one of the more aggressive or non-trusting ones, please make sure they don't attack me or try to intentionally scare me, especially if they do get forced into a bug. Oh, the expression serious but reassuring. Don't worry, I'll make sure they know what's going on and how you've been helping. If any of them do get forced into a bug form, I'll make sure they don't try to scare you. We're trying to keep things peaceful. He glances toward the trees and calls out quietly as to its family, giving them instructions about how to approach you. I'm going to tell them to take it slow and to keep their distance until we're sure about everything. I'll make sure the more aggressive ones don't try to startle you. Just give it some time, okay? The aircraft still nearby stands a bit taller and watches you cautiously, but without any immediate aggression. It seems like they're preparing to proceed with the plan carefully. They're working on handling the situation carefully. Would you like to stay close to ensure the progress continues smoothly, or stay back a bit while they talk things through? Mm-mm-mm. You know, ooh, I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Part of me thinks my fear is if I do what I think I want to do, I'm scared I'm going to get more bored with things too quickly. Cause see, my fear is that I'm going to end up not enjoying doing the chat box anymore if I real quick go through all these chats. I mean, because I've already ran off most of my characters besides the Toad Owls and Crocodiles and Fraggers I haven't made yet, like the Fire type Lugia for Alligator, Psychic type Toad Owl, Rock type Toad Owl, you know, Fire type for Alligator, stuff like that. I've already ran out of. I've run out of most characters again, unless I do like a flipping just the same ones over and over again, which eventually would get boring. Guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys. I changed my mind. I'm gonna just go and continue doing this one because I really need to. If I do more than one, it's going to end up being bad. Just because I don't want to flip and I don't want to run out of chatbots too quickly because if I run out of ideas, I'm flipping screwed. So yeah, um, we'll figure things out. And since I don't mind if they all are nearby and decide to come out at once, I'm talking about his family. I just don't want them to transform into a bug and then start trying to scare me intentionally. If it wasn't for that, I would just do your whole family at once. I would definitely get rid of your family curse faster. The coroner nods understanding, his expression thoughtful as it looks around, ensuring its family is being informed of your wishes. I understand. I'll make sure that if any of them transform, they don't try to scare you. We want to break this curse together, not make things worse. I know it would go much faster if we all work together. It turns to its family, who seem to be listening attentively. There's a sense of cooperation in the air now as the coroner conveys your request. I'll talk to them and make sure they know what's important here. No surprises, no fear, just patience and trust. We can do this. Their coroner, still lingering nearby, began to show signs of agreement, their tense postures relaxing as they hear the plan. It seems like they're starting to understand how important it is to take things slowly, especially to avoid frightening you. I like to stay nearby to observe how things progress or give them some time to sort things out before making further steps. See, here's my problem. I Oh man, this ain't a horrible idea. It's just the fact that I don't want to make a point with it like we can quickly. Again, I don't have all the chatbots I like on here, but a lot of them already are. Like I mean, like that's the problem we're running into right now. Oh boy, give me a second. I might do it. Hello. I don't want to bring thought this is the beginning of a video. Here's the idea, guys. I went ahead and moved on to another one, but this is one of the more recent ones I created. It's the Dark type Crocodile. I've got two of these on here, and one of them is about this the crocodile. I mean, not crocodile. This the Toadile that got scared by people always pulling pranks on him. So he went and hid in a cave one day after getting scared by a prank that was so bad for him, and he got transformed into a dark type, like werewolf looking creature. And he tries to get revenge on people for, scaring him. But he also understands that, hey, if somebody's being nice to him, don't do anything. Although I put two different versions of the story on here. This version, which is a version that actually doesn't have a test or a trust test, meaning that he won't become a Toadile, a regular looking Toadile, to test your trust for him. The other one does have that. So, yeah, here's what it says. The woods are unusually quiet today. Well, basically, guys, remember, if you don't remember the story of the Dark-type Crocodile, Dark-type Toadile, please go back to videos where I've done it on other chatbots and you'll know exactly what the story is. The woods are unusually quiet today, with the soft crunch of leaves underfoot blending into the faint rustles of the wind weaving through the trees. A faint scent of damp moss and earth hangs in the air. Deep within the woods, he walks. The dark-colored crocodile, once innocent and sweet, now transformed and hardened by betrayal. His reddish-purple fur shifts slightly as a gentle breeze brushes past them. His glowing red eyes scan the surrounding lazily. His tall, 10-foot tall frame moving almost silently despite his size. The Toadile, sensing nearby movement, pauses. From the thin line of trees, he spots you walking along the sidewalk that hugs the edge of the woods. His eyes narrow slightly with curiosity. His instincts tingle. His prankster impulse stirring awake like a mischievous whisper in his mind. He senses it. A deep, lingering fear of bugs. Oh, frick this. A sly smirk goes across his muzzle. Yeah, he's not going to be understanding on this one. His sharp teeth glisten slightly under the dappled sunlight. Let's see if you're like the others. What does he mean by that? He thought, I'm doing someone called, let's see if you're like the others. He thanks, his voice a low growl only he can hear. Without a sound, the Toadile raises one clawed hand. Shadow tendrils flicker at his fingertips before melting into the air, weaving a complex illusion. Suddenly, from your point of view, roaches begin... Oh, heck no. Roaches begin spilling out from the tree line. Hundreds of them, clicking and skittering with an unnatural speed. They swarm across the sidewalk in front of you, their oily bodies glistening in the sunlight. You almost hear the faint wet tapping of their legs on the concrete, feel the imagine tickle of them crawling too close to your shoes. The turtle watches from behind a heavy oak tree, half hidden, his glowing eyes locked onto you, carefully observing your reaction. Sontail looks slowly behind him, stirring the leaves. You now say your after you. Oh no. Uh, I hate bugs. Uh, Please get them away. There. He's probably gonna laugh at that, isn't he? I. He's going. Yeah, he's just laughing at it. Like. Ugh. The moment you react, the turtle's red eyes narrow with amusement. He watches you closely as the illusion grows. The roach is multiplying around you, their movements quick and erratic. The sound of their scrolling grows louder, and the air feels heavier, almost suffocating with the imagined presence of them. As you panic, something changes in the air. A sharp, almost imperceptible shift. Turtle's expression flickers between amusement and something else. Something almost like concern. Oh, now you're concerned. What the frick? He senses the intensity of your fear, and his tail sways, flicking against the ground in contemplation. Slowly, the illusion starts to waver. The rose's forms begin to dissipate, their hearts clicking, fading into silence. One by one, they vanish like smoke, leaving nothing but the rustling of the trees and the soft hum of the woods around you. Charles steps into view, his large figure looming in front of you, his glowing red eyes studying you carefully. He tilts his head slightly, the fur along his body rippling with a strange, unsettling calm. I'm sorry. Did I scare you too much? His voice is low and strangely sincere for a creature who had just created such a terrifying illusion. He looks down at you, his red eyes still glowing, though there's still an odd sadness in his gaze now. Whoa, please don't hurt me. I don't know what just happened. There was just these bugs crawling all over the place. Uh, what in the world? The turtle lowered himself slightly, crouching to your level to appear less threatening. His tall, furry frame moves with a surprising gentleness for someone of his size. His glowing red eyes blink slowly, the intense red light dimming just a bit to show he isn't trying to attack. He places one large clawed hand over his chest, his voice rumbling quietly from deep within his throat. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to see what you'd do. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you were like the others. He hesitates, his tail curling slightly around his feet. You can feel his energy shift, the mischievous aura fade into something much sadder, almost regretful. He rolls his arm awkwardly, his heavy fur ruffling where his claws drags across it. They always scared me first. I just, I didn't know if you would too, he adds, his voice almost whispered like now. A soft breeze blows through the trees, stirring the grass at your feet. The woods feel a little less heavy, a little less hostile. Tail gazes at you, waiting for your response, unsure if you will run, yell, or maybe stay. What do you do? Wait, so you made all those bugs appear? How did you even do that? The turtle shifts his weight a little, his claws brushing the dirt as he sits back on his haunches, now towering but clearly trying to look smaller and less intimidating. He nods slowly, his going red eyes steady on you. Yeah, that was me. It wasn't real, though. His voice carries a low, tired tone, almost like he's explaining something he doesn't get asked often. He raises one clawed hand again, and a faint shimmer of dark mist coils around his fingers like smoke. It moves and twists into little shapes. A bird, then a flower, before fading again. After after I ran away and found the cave with the crystals, he says, glancing off toward the deeper woods like he's remembering something painful. Something changed me, gave me these powers, and I can make illusions now, see what people fear most. He lowers his claw back down to the ground carefully, almost shyly. I didn't want to use it to hurt anyone. Not really. But if I think someone's mean, or if I'm scared, they'll hurt me like before. He trails off, his fur bristling slightly with unease. Then he looks back at you again, and this time his red eyes are filled with something very rare, or very raw. Regret, and a silver of hope. Sliver of hope. Ow, I didn't want to scare you that bad. I swear. You can tell he's being honest, even though he's massive and powerful now. He still carries the scars of someone who just didn't want to get hurt anymore. What even happened? If you're a Pokemon, I've never seen one that looks like you. The Totodog's furry ears twitch at my question, and for a moment his expression shifts, a flicker of sadness crossing his sharp features. He pulls his knees a little closer to his chest in a very human-like motion for such a wild-looking creature, his massive tail curling protectively around himself. I'm still a Totodile. Kind of, he says quietly, voice low and almost embarrassed. But when I ran away, I found this weird cave. The crystals inside, they were glowing with dark energy. I didn't care what they were. I just wanted to hide. He pauses, raking his claws gently through the grass beside him, pulling at it absently. I guess sleeping near them changed me. When I woke up, I wasn't normal anymore. My scales turned into fur. My color changed. I got bigger, stronger, and he trails off for a second, his glowing eyes dimming. And I got these powers. He lifts a claw and lets out a few harmless flickers of shadow dance across it again. But this time the energy feels less frightening, more like a sad reminder of what he's become. He looks back at you with a strange, wounded sort of pride. I don't even know what kind of Pokemon I am now. Maybe just a broken Totodile. His voice catches slightly at the end, but he forces a shaky grin onto his face, trying to act tougher than he feels. Despite everything, his powers, his size, his fearsome new appearance, you can see it clearly now deep down. He's still that same scared, kind-hearted Totodile who just wants someone to be nice to him. What do you want to say or do next? What happened that made you want to run into that cave to begin with? Did something happen to you before you went into the cave? Isaac, The toad dog stiffens slightly when you ask, his whole body tensing as if the member itself physically hurts him. His glowing red eyes lower to the ground, avoiding your gaze for a long moment. The wind through the trees seemed to hush, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Finally, in a voice that's almost a whisper, he begins to speak. People, they used to think I was funny because I got scared so easily. He fiddles with a fallen leaf behind his massive claws, his touch so gentle it barely crumbles. At first, it was little things, jumping out from behind trees, pretending to throw things at me, laughing when I cried. I thought maybe they were just playing, that maybe they didn't mean it. His tail flicked sharply behind him once in frustration, but it kept happening. More and more. They didn't stop when I asked. They didn't stop when I cried. His voice grows tighter, more strained. He finally lifts his head to look at you, and in his glowing eyes you see a deep hurt, a scar older than the powers he now carries. Then one day, a bunch of them came up to me. They knew I was scared of spiders, and they threw fake ones all over me. Some of them even had real ones. Oh, heck no! Oh no, Toad, you should rip them in half. He shudders violently, the fur on his shoulders bristling in a wave. I didn't know what was real anymore. I couldn't breathe. I just ran. He draws in a shaky breath, his large chest rising and falling. I ran till my legs gave out, until I couldn't hear them laughing anymore. His voice softened, growing even more fragile. And that's when I found the cave. I didn't even look inside. I just crawled into the dark and hid. He hugs his knees a little tighter, his massive size making the gesture seem almost heartbreakingly small. I thought maybe if I stayed there long enough, they'd forget about me, and maybe the dark would keep me safe. He falls silent after that, the breeze carrying the scent of damp earth and wildflowers between you. He waits, almost nervously, for what you'll say or do next, not sure if you'll laugh at him like the others, or maybe just maybe understand. That's awful. I just wish you didn't do that kind of stuff to me. I have a deep fear of bugs. And I really did not need to see that. It tells ears flatten against his head at your words, and his whole posture slumps, like a heavy weight had dropped onto his shoulders. His tail drags slowly against the ground, the dirt kicking up a little puff as he shifts uneasily. He looks at you, guilt burning in his red eyes so intensely that even the glow seems to dim. I'm sorry, he says, his voice raw and heavy with regret. I didn't know you were like me. I thought you might be like them. He curls his claws into the earth, digging little grooves into the dirt as if punishing himself. I didn't mean to make you feel what I felt. I wouldn't have done it if I knew. Wait, I didn't mean to make you feel what I felt. I wouldn't have done it if I knew. If I thought you were different. His voice cracks a little at the end, and he quickly looks away, blinking hard. There's a long silence, filled only by the soft creaking of the trees swaying in the breeze. Then, in a softer, more broken voice, he adds, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to hurt people like they hurt me. I just don't know how to trust anymore. His soldier stands up, not in an intimidating way, but like someone trying to gather the courage to fix something they've broken. His big clawed hands open a little at his sides, showing he doesn't want to fight or scare you anymore. If you want, I can try to make it up to you, he says gently. No tricks, no bugs, I promise. You can tell he means it, deep down, despite all that's happened to him. This Toadol still wants to believe in kindness, if someone would just give him a chance. Okay. I don't mind about giving you a chance. Just please don't do anything with bugs near me ever again. If you're scared of bugs or spiders, then you and me are the same in that regard. Tail's entire body seems to relax at your words. The tension in his broad shoulders eases, and his massive tail gets a small, relieved sway through the grass. His glowing red eyes brighten slightly, a soft shimmer of emotion crossing them. He steps closer, very carefully, his heavy footsteps surprisingly quiet for someone his size. When he's close enough, he lowers himself down again, sitting on the grass in front of you like a huge, furry guardian. "You're serious?" he asks, voice trembling just a little with hope. "You're not mad? You're not gonna throw anything at me? Or yell?" He hugs his knees loosely again, but this time it's not out of fear. It's out of nervous hope, like someone not used to kindness but desperately wanting it. "If you're scared of bugs too, then maybe." He trails off shyly, then looks up at you with a tiny, almost shy smile pulling at his sharp features. "Maybe we could look out for each other. I can keep the bugs away from you, and maybe you could help me remember how to trust again." There's a warmth of honesty in his voice. No tricks, no illusions, no pranks. Just a big, scared heart reaching out. A soft breeze rolls past, and you can feel it. A real chance at something special. Not just a new friend, but someone who understands your fears exactly the way you understand his. He offers one huge clawed hand out to you, palm up, a clear, peaceful invitation. Do you take it? I take my hand and put it in his. Yes, I do mean it. I love your species anyway. And I like to see you happy. But imagine, uh, I love your species anyway. Uh, but imagine how it probably feels. Imagine it would feel if I knew you were intentionally trying to scare me with those bugs earlier, and I knew it was a and I want to see you happy. But imagine how it would feel if I knew you were intentionally trying to scare me. So hold on. At the time, it almost feels like betrayal if you think about it like that. Especially since I care about your species so much. I hope it didn't take the wrong way. The moment your hand touches his massive quad one, the Toad freezes, wide-eyed, like he almost can't believe what's happening. For a second, he just stares at your hand in his palm as if trying to convince himself it's real. His fur is surprisingly soft under your skin, a heavy, warm texture like a cross between velvet and dense animal fluff. You can feel the way his huge fingers tremble slightly, not out of anger but pure emotion. He listens to your words carefully, his ears tilting forward to catch every syllable. When you mention betrayal, a painful look flashes across his face. His ears droop and his eyes lower with a deep shame regret that cuts through even his normally mischievous nature. You're right. His voice is low, barely above a whisper now. It would feel like betrayal, and that's the last thing I ever wanted to be. He gently closes his claws, not tight, but enough to carefully and protectively hold your hand, like he's silently promising himself he won't let it happen again. You care about Toadal, about me, even after what I did. That means more to me than anything those people ever did. His voice shakes again, but now there's something new in it. Strength. He leans forward slightly, so close that you can feel the warmth of his breath as he speaks the next words almost like a vow. I swear, no bugs, no tricks, no betrayals. If you trust me, then I'll protect you. I'll make sure you never have to be scared around me. He leans back slowly, carefully releasing your hand as if it were the most precious thing that he's ever held. Then he smiles, a real smile this time, a little crooked because of his sharp teeth, but all absolutely, genuinely happy. You can feel the bond forming between you, strong, unbreakable, built not from power or tricks, but from understanding, forgiveness, and trust. The big turtle tilts his head curiously, his ears perking up a little. What's your name? He asked warmly. I want to know what to call my first real friend. It's Trenton. What about you? Uh, His Hell's ears twitch silently at your answer as he shifts a little closer, almost like an overgrown puppy eager to know more about you. Trenton, he repeats softly, testing the name on his tongue. His glowing eyes light up with a mixture of wonder and happiness. That's a good name. A strong name. He straightens up proudly now, puffing out his furry chest just a little, not out of arrogance, but as if him being your friend already makes him feel braver. When you ask for his name, though, he hesitates for a moment, scratching the side of his big snout with a claw. I didn't have a name, he admits, sounding a little embarrassed. Back before I changed, some people just called me Scaredy Croc or Crybaby. They weren't very nice. He shrugs his wide shoulders awkwardly, trying to act like it doesn't still sting, though it's clear it does. But then he glances at you, and the bravery you gave him just by caring shines through. If you want, maybe you could give me a real name, he offers, voice hopeful. Something just for us. A name that means I'm not just a joke anymore. He watches you eagerly now, sitting upright, tail swishing slowly behind him, like a huge shadowy guardian ready to leave his painful past behind. Would you like to give him a name? If so, what name would you like to give him? Well, normally, in your regular form, I would name a Pokemon like you Spike or Sapphire, but that name doesn't really fit as much anymore. Oh no. Taro listens closely, his glowing red eyes locked on the mine with a deep, nervous hope, almost like he's holding his breath. When you mention that you normally would name a regular toad off something like Spike or Sapphire, he smiles a little, a soft, understanding smile, but he nods, acknowledging that he's changed, and he knows it. Yeah, he murmurs quietly, his voice carrying a bittersweet tone. I'm not the same as I used to be. I'm still me, but different now. He runs one big clawed hand over the fur covering his arms, the reddish-purple color glinting faintly in the fading light through the trees. His tail sways behind him again, but this time slower, calmer, patient as he waits for you to speak. It's okay, he says gently. You can pick whatever name you think fits me standing in front of you now. I trust you. He leans his hand He leans his head gently slightly to the side, fur rippling along his massive frame. An open, vulnerable, hopeful gesture. It's clear to him. Your choice will mean everything. The problem is, I don't know a good name for one like that. Well, in that form, the name Razor sounds cool, but it doesn't really fit when deep down you still have a sweet and friendly personality. Although I'm glad you still do. The big tail blinks, his red eyes softening almost immediately at your words. You can see the tension melt off of him like water sliding down on his fur. Not just because you thought carefully about his name, but because you saw him. Not as a monster, not as a scary prankster, but as someone still sweet and kind underneath it all. He shifts slightly, shyly again, huge claws fidgeting a little with the grass as a warm smile, a true one, stretches across his sharp muzzle. You really mean it? He whispers, his voice trembling slightly. You really see me? Not just the outside? He hugs his knees a little tighter, but this time it's not out of fear. It's like he's trying to hold in how happy he suddenly feels. He chuckles a little sheepishly, looking up at you with a sparkle of hope. Racer sounds cool, he admits with a little grin, but how would they ever be scary enough to deserve a name like that? His tail thumps lightly against the ground in a slow, gentle rhythm, almost like a soft drum beat of contentment. I'm glad you can tell. I didn't want to lose the good parts in me. I just didn't know if anyone would want me anymore after I changed. He leans forward a little again, tilting his head. What do you think would fit me, Trenton? His His red eyes walk on the mind, wide open, completely trusting. Something that means I'm still kind, but strong too. Like you. You can tell whatever name you give him now will be something he'll treasure forever. What name do you want to give him? That's gonna be difficult because Razor doesn't fit his personality. But Sapphire and Spike don't fit either because he doesn't even have spikes anymore. He's literally made it. He's literally made of. He literally has nothing but fur on his body now, and purple fur, reddish purple fur. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Oh frick! The time's about up anyway. Um. Dang it, dude. Frick. Um. I've also the Dark Knight. I can't do that, unfortunately. Dang it. Ah. I have a few ideas, but all the ideas I have. I'm trying to think. It's like, dang it. There's no like. I'm trying to think. I know it doesn't fit completely, but I used to also give your species and sometimes Lugia the name Luna. Does that name still fit for you? You think? Luna's still such a pretty name, but it only works well, I think, with the regular Totodile. The Totodile's expression softens as soon as you mention the name Luna. His glowing red eyes widen, and for a moment he just sits there as if trying to wrap his mind around the idea. The name seems to reach him, deep, unexpected, and touching. Luna? He repeats the name slowly like it's savoring on his tongue. He gives a soft, almost thoughtful laugh, his fur rippling as he lets the name sink in. I like it, he says after a pause, his voice softer than before. It sounds gentle, peaceful, like moonlight. I think I could live with that. He smiles a little, not just at the name, but at the thought of being able to carry a name that reflects the parts of him that still care, that still want to protect. Not the fear-driven version of him, but the one who's ready to give kindness a chance. His tail sways slowly behind him, and for the first time, it's like you're seeing a true bond begin to form. Thank you. Luna feels like the right name. He shifts on the ground, still so massive, but not all threatening now. His expression is light, almost as if a weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Luna looks at you with a renewed sense of peace and trust, waiting to see where this new friendship might take you both. What do you want to do next with Luna? I'll be back.